Hello, hello. Welcome to English lesson number 12 for English 3 A2C. This is a shorter lesson this week because we are focusing in on getting our outlines done for the first essay, which will be due on the 31st of October in 3 weeks. So we are 3 weeks out from our first essay being due. That is a 2-page essay on what you believe, on your personal beliefs. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit during our writing portion of this lesson. We have a little bit to talk about on a short, smaller assignment also due this Saturday, along with your outline on Chapter 4 of The Great Gatsby. And then there's no new informational assignment this week and no new informational text content today because we only have a Tuesday class and not a Monday class. This is a really light recording, and we're not going to be doing a lot of new work outside of talking about this new Gatsby assignment for Chapter 4. Real quick, past assignments on the left, future assignments on the right. If it's on the left, it's in the grade book. If it's on the right, it's coming up. And the end of the grading period is coming up in just about a week. So it's important to note that you've completed the assignments on the left side of the page. If you haven't completed any of those assignments, go back and do them now. If you have questions, you can always drop those questions in the comment section in Google Classroom on the assignments, and I will get back to you. All right, our learning targets for this week. You can also, with your phone, take a picture of the QR code on the screen at any time during these lessons, and it will take you through to a document that has links through to all of my recorded lessons and all of my recorded explanations of individual assignments that we have done during the course of this class since the beginning of the year. So if you've missed anything or if you missed any days, you can go and grab that there. Our learning targets for the week. For literature, we'll read Chapter 4 in The Great Gatsby and answer narrative and plot development questions. So this means I can understand and follow the plot and character development in grade-level literature text as we're learning more about Gatsby and Nick and watching their characters develop and getting more backstory during Chapter 4 and learning about the backstory of Daisy and Gatsby's relationship. We can follow that growth, that character development by responding to some questions in Google Classroom. Our informational target for the week is that we do not have an informational target today or this week. I'm going to have a little bit more information for you on Thursday and Friday, but it's very information light this week. We're focusing on literature and writing. So your writing learning target is we can write an outline to begin pre-writing on our first A2C essay. And this means that you can complete the first step in the writing process for creating essays by synthesizing your personal experience and the rubric for our first A2C essay. Our miscellaneous learning target is reviewing previously assigned informational assignments and completing work that has passed, which is cool, but you are running out of time to do so. All right, here's our week structure and that QR code if you want to grab it. On Monday and Tuesday, we will have a new lesson. This is the new lesson for Monday and Tuesday this week. My office hours on Wednesday are from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. I will post a link shortly before class begins to access those. And on Thursday and Friday, we will have another lesson that will be slightly longer than this one because I'll have both gold and blue classes on Thursday and Friday. All right, mindfulness. I think this is the same one as last Thursday and Friday. I didn't get a fancy new gift for you. I apologize. But check out this dude. Look at him go. Okay. Your standards assignment number 3, which is your outline for your essay, is due this Saturday. It is due Saturday the 10th. So we're looking to complete that before the end of the week. What does that assignment look like? That assignment looks like this. You're going to be creating a 3-part outline beginning with a topic and 3 supporting statements. So my topic was kind of cheesy. I believe that I never really knew how to cook until I left home. My first supporting statement is I was always eating fast food, which I could write a paragraph on. My second supporting statement is my mom cooked most of our meals at home, which I could also write a paragraph on if pushed. And my third supporting statement is I really only cooked at work when I was a caterer, and then it was always for a bunch of other people. Now, each one of these is going to be placed right down here for this assignment. And then that part's done. Also, I'm going to ask you guys to write a short anecdote or vignette that supports your 3-part belief statement up here. So this vignette is just like a short story, like maybe 2 or 3 sentences long about your experience that you're going to be writing about in your This I Believe paper, your experience or belief. That's it. That's the standards assignment number 3. It's just getting that outline done and following those directions, either in this example, which is very short, or in the other 2 examples. Our literature lesson for this week is attached to The Great Gatsby Chapter 4, guided reading. There are 10 questions at the end of the guided reading for you to answer in Google Classroom. For this one, you will need to answer all 10 of them because they are tied directly to the blue words in the passage. So if you can follow along with the blue words and their explanations and their meanings in the passage, you'll be able to find the answers to those 10 questions. And that is for the 4th chapter in The Great Gatsby. And those blue words are aligned to the ACT reading expectations. And in this case, we're looking at character development this week. We're looking at the development of the character Gatsby and the development of the character Nick and the development of the character Daisy. And here are those questions. So you have 10 questions this week. You'll be able to answer these questions, and they have to do with the development and deepening of the characters of Gatsby, Nick, and Daisy. So our first question is, where did Gatsby go to college, according to Gatsby? What kind of medal did Gatsby get during the war? Why does Gatsby keep moving from person to person and place to place according to his own admission? Why doesn't Gatsby get ticketed for speeding? Who says even Gatsby could happen without any particular wonder? That one's more of an are you paying attention than a development question. Who had human teeth as jewelry? Where was Daisy living when she and Gatsby were in love? How did Daisy act the night before she married Tom? And where does Gatsby want to meet Daisy? And who says they're only the pursued, the pursuing, the busy, and the tired? All right, so real quick, of these questions, the ones that I'm highlighting right now in blue are directly tied to the character development of Daisy and Gatsby. And if you can answer these questions, then you're following along with how these characters are growing in the story. The ones that I'm highlighting in yellow are directly tied to events in the story. So if you can answer these yellow questions after reading, then you're doing a good job of paying attention to the basic plot, the entry-level plot of the story. And you're kind of paying attention to who's saying what, who's doing what, the actions. So the blue questions that I highlighted here are the deeper level ACT style, why are people doing what they're doing, what are their beliefs. The yellow are you're following along and you're kind of getting the basic gist of the story. And then the ones that I'm highlighting here in green are setting questions. So you're setting questions. We get more information on setting, the experiences of the characters. I think this is probably also a yellow. All right, so the blue would be the deeper level development questions in this assignment. The yellow are the kind of surface level action, what happens, who does what, like what are the big gross movements of characters, and the green are kind of the setting questions that are embedded in this assignment. So you have a couple questions aligned to different parts of the ACT in this 10-question assignment. All right, and that is Chapter 4's assignment. That is due Saturday. That one shouldn't take a ton of time. You can probably knock it out as you watch the recording of Chapter 4 this week, or as you read through the slides, whichever way you prefer. There are 2 graded assignments this week. There is your mastery assignment in standards, that is your essay outline, and there is also your progress assignment. for Gatsby Chapter 4. Remember that progress and mastery are both worth 50% this year, so those are equally important in the gradebook. There are more progress assignments than mastery assignments though, so if you are looking to prioritize a thing to do first, I would knock out that outline first and then knock out your Gatsby Chapter 4. There is no new informational lesson today. I know that we're kind of coming in around 10 minutes. This is a very short lesson. That is okay with me. If that's okay with you, it's a quick lesson because we are only going to be in class on Tuesday. On Monday is parent-teacher conferences. This is just a quick reminder of what we have coming up this week and what has been due in the past. So if you have not completed any of the assignments on the left side of the screen in yellow, you still have a little bit of time before the end of the grading period to complete those. I'll be completely updating my gradebook and my Infinite Campus this weekend to go into the grading period as the window opens this weekend and next week. So you have effectively until the end of this weekend to complete any missing work for your Infinite Campus grade at the end of the grading period. Please don't squander your time. Please knock out the things in yellow. It is not a ton of work. At this point, it is becoming enough work to take a while to do. Hopefully you've been knocking out a little bit of it at a time. After this week, we'll really be entering into the space where if you're not doing work, you're probably going to be in line to fail the class or be kicked out of the A2C class back into regular English 3 if you're in A2C because of your unlikelihood to pass. So I'll be reaching out to parents for people who haven't been turning in work this week and next week also, which, bummer. I'll also be reaching out to parents for people who have been turning in work and bragging on you and talking about how awesome you are. So thank you for those people who've been knocking everything out and been really hustling, and for people who haven't been hustling, you've still got a little bit of time before Infinite Campus catches up to you and things start to get really tight. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out through my contact link in this QR code page, as well as my email at john.brewer@jefferson.kyschools.us. And you can also reach out to me through Google Classroom. Thank you all for listening, and have a great afternoon, or morning, or night, whenever you're listening.